not much. So the first change is that when you initialize a locker, you must initialize it with your public key. So it was already the case, but you must also initialize it with a nonce. So the nonce must be a random string. So then if we take a look at locker, so it recovers the nonce and stores it in this channel. So the key thing is that nonce are strings and not numbers anymore. So basically, I kept your comment here, and when you deploy this contract,
Yeah, this is actually Dan's, mostly Dan's code.
There is the constructor that is still exposed to the registry. So this was already coded. And what I added is that a locker is instantiated also. So you can have the log, you can see the log. So then there is this update function. So I had to change it to check. So right now, when you call it, you must provide a signature. The next nonce, also, of course, it must be different from the previous one, and you have to set a random string also, and then the more payload, which can be anything you want, any map you want, and basically then it the nonce. So the current nonce is transformed into bytes. Then we create a hash based on this, and then we simply verify the signature with this public key that is the public key when the locker was initiated. And then you either have true or false. If it's true, you change the value of the nonce, and you do the same thing as before. You add the items. There is also a log, and if it's false, there is this log. So there is no return channel. You are free to do it, Jim, if you want. So you would just add some fourth parameter. So that's it, and then you would have to code the get feature the same way. It will be very, very much similar to the update. The only difference is that you do not change the value on items channel. You just send it back to the emitter. So that's it. And so I have added utils, JavaScript utils to generate a nonce and to generate a signature. So now there are two files. One is the main locker, and the second one is locker update. So basically, it calls the update function for a specific locker. So I might, yes, can I demo it? Yes, I guess.
That's just a test program?
Is this what?
This is just a test program?
A test program?
It's yeah, this is just a test, right? Oh wait.
But I don't know exactly what this locker will be used for. So I think I understood the concept, and so I changed it so it works with nonce
and you just sign the nonce.
Yes.
This has all the functions we had before. Like we could get the nonce before, right?
Yeah. So lots of stuff did not change. So let's see. Can I find? Yes. No.
I guess the
I
other,
cannot
the other
find
thing,
my old,
rather than put out the URI to the log, we probably want to return it and deploy ID or something.
yes, we could do it. So we can do those changes, no problem. We can do lots of changes, so it's more user friendly. But basically, the important thing is to have the signature working. So so this part is the how we do authentication on the blockchain right now. We have a random string and we require a valid signature of this random string. This is how we verify that the right identity can perform a given
So the
operation.
first thing we're going to do on every deploy pretty much is get our locker. That has all our capabilities.
So let's see. 1 second. I will share in one moment. Okay.
Now, we probably,
So now, so I have launched a node. So rnode deploy flow. Okay.
so this is to a single user system, a standalone system.
Yes, it's all standalone. So, but we will see the logs. This is the important thing. Okay. Valid after block number. So the deploy went through. Then I propose making locker. So this is the constructor. This is the instance. So I will get the instance because I want to update the value. So in the locker update, I simply will change the URI here. And then, oh, but it will not work because this public key will never get a valid signature. So let's see. How can I know the corresponding public key?
You should have it in your Genesis directory, right?
Oh, yes. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Or maybe it's not part of.
What are you looking for?
Okay, this one. So this is my public key. So public key. Now let's redeploy. shit.
Opposed.
So here we go again. So then this is the public key. This is the nonce. Okay, so I will need to generate a signature for this nonce. I need the private key. So then I can just do node utils / generate signature. So this is a valid signature for this nonce. So then I just have to provide it as a second argument in the update function. And of course, I must have the correct URI. And then I can set any value I want. So then I propose locker update. And let's see the logs. Okay. So we got the locker update log. Then it logs the signature on the nonce. And then we've got this log, true signature verified. So those, this means that this means what it means. So basically, that's it. And of course, the nonce was changed to this nonce. So now the signature is not valid anymore, of course. So that's it.
Nice.
Does this mean we already have the locker?
Right. We just need a way to figure out how we're going to get the URI and use it.
Yeah, right now I rely on logs. So of course, instead of std standard out, you could use the deploy ID here. Okay, so I'll have to go. So so see you next time.
Yep.
Very good.
To be continued.
I mean, we can give
Yeah.
someone a capability to create a locker, maybe. But then they have to use it right away because they can never access it again unless they have a locker. Interesting.
See you
We
guys.
could, I guess we could even create the locker for them. couldn't we?
But the thing is that I don't understand exactly what is the requirement for the locker. What should it do exactly? Can you?
It should store unforgeable names, all of our capabilities. We use an object capability model. Everything we do, we need a capability for. We need a place where we can store those privately. And any private, any I guess unforgeable names is probably the only real thing we want on there. The thing is that nobody can, I mean, the stuff on there isn't really private. I mean, I can put my phone number on there. I can put, and, nobody else could get it. You know, they could get it if they looked at the block. It's for, it's for our own stuff. So you can have your own stuff on the chain.
Yep, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
how I see it.
The
I see
alternative,
it.
the alternative is to sign everything, and that's not the object capability model. Object
Yeah, but it can be extended. But the way I see it is a box on the blockchain where you can put some data, and and even to read the data, you have to provide your identity. So this is great because I don't do this kind of stuff on my projects. What I only require authentication to put some data, but not to read from it. But it's interesting to have this authentication in both cases. So basically, that's the locker stuff. So it's not complete, but you just have to kind of copy and paste the Roland to the get endpoint, and then it can be extended to some other stuff. There are, I think, dozens of directions that it could take. Okay, so I'm going. So see you next time.
Very
Yeah,
good.
Bye.
I'm gonna go to.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna take off too. Later, guy.